Yes, greetings, everyone. Welcome to Conversations with Aris. It's quite a beautiful day here in the tropics, and for this day, May 13th. Past few days, I've been really keeping it light. I had bulked up for a bit, when they closed the beaches and wasn't out in my favorite elements doing my jogging, on the sand, barefooted, right at the edge of the water. But since I'm now on the bike, okay, so I'm rolling, with some wheels, the right wheels that I can keep pedaling and keep fit, keep active, keep sweating, rather than sitting in a car and rocking and rolling. I'm just rolling smooth and in the sunshine. So one of the things that I've done over the past few days is tons of watermelon, coconut water, mango, and then a salad, at the end of the day. So, for example, yesterday, I find that because I'm biking, it's better to roll out in the morning by just eating rather than drinking. So I drink, eat. you know, every organic spot is a place where you can irrigate, especially in this time of the year, right before the rainy season. The land is parched, so being able to feed it back, with my urine rather than flushing it down a pipe, you know, that's the way I go. But still, on the bike, and dealing with like good stretch, you know, by the time I get to my destination, I probably pretty much would have eliminated, all of the liquid from the watermelon, but not necessarily through my urinary glands, but actually through my sweat gland. Because, time I reach base, with that first morning sun bright light that's not scorching, I mean, just good enough for me to like really drop some buckets of sweat. So by the time I get, to my destination, it's that time, and it's the time for my coconut water. So I put in about three 12-ounce glasses. So that's 24 ounces. So that's almost near a quart of coconut water. And right now, high noon, you know, I want more water, but still, I'm on a chewing thing because trying to like, get ready for this fast and doing my fruit. What I did yesterday, like about this time, I hit up on some organic grapes, so that was cool. I dropped about a pound and a half of organic grapes into the tank, after my coconut water. The grape cure. She healed herself of cancer by just eating grapes. So it's quite interesting. Some people today who are dealing with cancer cure, they're saying, don't eat fruits, too much sugar. But yet, here's a lady, living proof, documented everything, that did it, some time ago. But they're saying, oh, well, grapes today are not the same as grapes yesterday, the very high glycemic index and so forth and so on. But anyway, when I did my great adventure, after reading that book, I think I went on about a 8 day, you know, grapes only, you know, and I wasn't juicing, it. I was just eating the grapes, and of course they were all full of seeds. I think there was some big, purple, juicy seeded grapes. I was in California at the time, so getting those from the farm, going out to the desert, going out to like those places like Apple Valley and those places like that, Southern California, LA, deep down into the desert, past the San Bernardino city, and heading off down that way, doing my grape cure and getting those organic grapes that I go right to the farm and, pick. I was knocking a good 2 to 3 pounds a day because, my stomach after a while has shrunk, and I couldn't handle, the big capacity. And that was all I did. I didn't do any water, no coconut water, nothing at all, just grapes. So a good hit, 3 pounds of grapes, those grapes, and chewing them. Wow. I'm telling you, after like about day 6, man, my jaws were tired. My jaws were literally tired because I was chewing these seeds. I was crunching them down. It's very interesting when we in an urban environment or city environment, wherever it is, and we're depending on our produce from a supermarket. You go to that supermarket, you buy those grapes. Mostly, we're talking about the ones that are imported, that are not organic, and even some of the local ones in the U.S. That are not organic. You get them in the bag. Now today they've really stepped up their game with the bag with zippers and all this kind of stuff, reusable, easy to deal with. But before, those open flimsy bags, and you pull the bag out, and there's nothing on the bag. There's no anything. It just says grapes. Don't say anything. But interesting, once I got into the food business, and I'm going to buy my grapes now at the wholesale terminal market, the same grapes that I pull off the supermarket shelf, you know, uh, that has nothing on the bag, don't say anything about what's in the grapes or what's not in it. I buy it by the case. And when I buy the case now, and I look at the case, bang, on the actual case, on the box that the grapes come in, they're telling you treated with XYZ, 4, 5, 6 different chemicals, and then it has a sheet in there, on top of the grapes, inside the box, there's some sort of sheet in there that, you know, loaded with chemicals. Sort of like the kind of stuff you get when you buy sensation so your stuff doesn't rust or whatever. So pretty much the same thing. So beware, be cautious. But at least now with the papayas, you know papayas are big around right now, so you can find good papayas in many places around the world. to uh, to preserve the profit more so than anything else, you know. But you know, try to find your organic papayas. Try to find the smaller ones, even the Hawaiian ones that are organic. There's one that is called a strawberry papaya. Mm, red flesh or reddish flesh. Excellent. You can find those organic. Grab a case. That's great for the mono. And while you're at it, while you at it, hitting these papayas, bang, the seeds in these papayas. Now you can choose to just swallow these seeds whole without chewing them. Because you could munch on the papaya, because you want to really just, hey, grab that papaya, slice it, slice it in half, get your spoon and spoon out, like little papaya balls, out straight out of the full half of the papaya with seeds and all. So you put that in your mouth, and the papaya realistically doesn't need to be chewed. It is already pre-digested, okay, and it's got digestive enzyme bar none. I mean, it's like the enzyme factory, in the food industry. In our choices of food that we can use, papain, that digestive enzyme in the papaya. So you really just, put the spoonful of papaya in your mouth with the seeds in it and just work it up against your palate and just mush it up. So you don't have to crush the seeds. You don't have to chew the seeds and just swallow them whole. Now you're getting those papaya seeds as magnet that are going to be, have their magnetic energy intact because you did not crush them. You did not chew them. And now the magnetism in these seeds are going to attach themselves, allow these seeds to attach themselves to parasites, and a day, depending on how loaded your intestinal system is, or maybe 2 days later, you see these papaya seeds coming out with the papaya tint, in it as well, and look out, look good. You might see some worms, down in there. You might see some parasites. So this all depends on what you've been eating once you got on this thing. But now those of you who want to choose to eat the papaya seeds, to chew them, yeah, it's a lot of chewing, but it's not that much because you don't really have to chew them like, say, how you would have chewed grapes. And the grape seeds are so small, and it's like, ooh, wow, ooh, wow, ooh, wow. It's like you can't get around them, So with the papaya seeds, chewing those, yes, you're going to get that warm heat in your body because it's very warming food. We're talking, not only, based on, the science that I have gleaned, is that now you flip the you the other side of the papaya seed, and now these papaya seeds that have been crushed, you know, hey, the immune system, whatever type of flu or virus and things like that in the body, now you're going to get that heat, along with the energy of the papain, that's going to really be working in your favor. So, hey, this is where I'm at, and this is where the deal is. So for me, if I was to have done like if I had time right now to do a mono based on where I am, it's mango season. I would hit and do mangoes. So what I'm going to do is like mostly focus my juice intake on mango juice. So I'm going to be blending the mango with coconut water, press it out, and drinking that rich, pure, filtered mango juice without the fiber, or without the hairy fiber, but just the nectar volume of the mango juice itself has fiber. It's fibrous. It's going to move through. It's just like pretty much like with prunes. You do a prune juice and you don't see any stringy fibers in there, but the nectarish effect of the prune having been blended and pressed out, separating whatever pulp there may be after you've blended it. The papaya, the prune juice has enzymes in it, or fiber in it. So this is why the prune juice, like, it works wonders. So I recommend a hit of that, like, before your fast. So if you know that you're pretty toxic, you're pretty overloaded, and you're going into a fast, whether it's a weekly fast or a lunar fast, a seasonal fast, or one of these life fasts that I'm embarking on right now. So like right at about now, like 2 days, 3 days before the fast, then you want to hit some prune juice. But don't buy the commercial prune juice that's made with prune concentrate, prune juice concentrate, reconstituted with water. Or even, if you can get around even buying the one that is pure extracted 100% prune juice, that was not made from concentrate,